The steps of a good man, the Bible says in Psalm 37, are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way. The steps of a good man are established by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way. Well, you know, when I was reading this verse in the Bible, one word stuck in my mind, and you're going to hear this word throughout the reading of my introduction. And that word is this. You notice I've read also Galatians 5 and verse 16, where the Apostle Paul is saying, and this I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. So what we have here is a combination of the steps of a man and a walk in the Spirit. So what I'm trying to say this morning is that we all need to have a good walk. But a good walk is predicated on a good stand. You see, you got to stand someplace first in order for you to walk someplace after. Now, I'm going to get to that. But I want you to understand also that there is an enemy that's trying to hinder our walk. Can I get a witness? And you know, from watching the news, and probably some of you have caught this also, that in the news there is a lot of terrorist activity going on as we speak. And there is something that they call, some of you military brethren and sisters may know, IEDs. Now, an IED is an improvised explosive device. And I kind of thought about that thing because you hear about it on the news and you watch these video clippings of this convoy of army or marine or military vehicles, and all of a sudden one blows up because there was an IED planted in the road heavily traveled. See, the enemy is planting IEDs in the local church. And I want to make it clear to you. So I want to bring you a message this morning entitled IEDs in the local church. There's no need to plant IEDs in the world because that's not where we're supposed to walk. You see, we live in the world, but we're not of the world. But see, he knows this, so what he does, the enemy, what the devil does is plant these IEDs in our local churches. And stuff is being blown up all over the place. What is an IED? Well, I just told you what it meant. Improvised explosive device. Listen to me. It is homemade or it's a makeshift bomb used for the sole purpose to destroy, to incapacitate, to harass or distract. All of that the devil does. You see, they are used by criminals. They are used by vandals. They are used by terrorists. They are even used by suicide bombers and insurgents. And you've seen it on the news. They're used as booby traps. They're hidden strategically along the road traveled by the enemy. Their threat description, listen to me, this is how you can make these things. This is how you not make them. This is how you can see these bombs made. They range from small packages, letters, pipe bombs, FedEx packages, vets, container bombs, parcel packages, compact cars, full-size minivans, vans, SUVs, pickup trucks, delivery trucks. For one sole purpose is to destroy and cause harm. Its sole purpose is to do great bodily harm or death to those affected by it. Listen, I said all that to say this. The Bible says the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. Watch where you walk. Watch where you step. I'm talking to some well-seasoned Christians. Because see, listen to me. You can fly your plane right for 25 years. Never make any mistake. But if you ever crash burn, that's what makes breaking news. They don't care how good you were, or how many souls you led to Christ, or how you lived, and how your prayer life was, and even how your Bible was. But if you stuck in the wrong, Satan being the mastermind. Satan is the mastermind of all terrorist attacks. He planted the very first IED in the Garden of Eden. The Bible tells us that Adam took the fruit and he did eat. And listen to me, once Adam took that fruit and ate it, the explosive device of disobedience was detonated. And the whole creation of God was cursed. Don't tell me what the devil can't do. In a perfect place, perfect people, a perfect God, and yet he planted an IED in God's people's lives. Thus Adam and Eve became victims of the very first IED. The walk that man once knew was a thing of the past because of sin. Can I get a witness? Amen. That's just my introduction. The Bible has much to say about our walk. A lot to say. I had to cut the list short. I've taken some verses from the Old Testament, taken some scriptures from the New Testament, and this is what it says. In Psalm 23:4, the Bible says, yea, though I walk in the valley of the shadow of death. And Proverbs 28:18, whoso walketh uprightly shall be saved, but he that is perverse in his way shall fall at once. Ecclesiastes 2:14 says this, the wise man's eyes are in his head, but the fool walketh in darkness. Isaiah 2:5 says this, O house of Jacob, come ye and let us walk in the light of the Lord, capital Lord. Jeremiah 6:16 says this, thus saith the Lord, capital Lord. Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see and ask for the old paths, where the good way, and walk therein. Amos 3:3 says this, can two walk together except they be agreed? Micah 6:8 says this, he hath shown thee, O man, what is good, and what the Lord doth require of thee, but to do justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy God. That's just a few verses from the Old Testament. Now the New Testament in Matthew 12:14 and 29 tells us how Peter walked on the water to go to Jesus. Mark 2:9, Jesus tells the man sick of the palsy, arise, take up thy bed and what? Walk. That walk is important. That walk is important. Luke 5:23, Jesus says to a man, thy sins be forgiven thee. Rise up and walk. John 8:12, Jesus said, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness. Romans 6:4, we are told to walk in the newness of life. Romans 8:1 tells us not to walk after the flesh, but after the Spirit. 2 Corinthians 5:7 says, for we walk by faith and not by sight. We still walking. Somebody say walk on. We want to walk some more. Galatians 5:16 says, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. And then last, Ephesians 5:15 says this, see then that you walk circumspectly or carefully, not as fools, but as wise. Now I've said all of that up and let you know that God requires us to walk as children of the day. Children of the light, not of the darkness. You've been delivered. You've been saved. Your walk should change. You shouldn't walk like you used to walk before Jesus came. Can I get a witness? Your walk should be new. The Bible says that every day we should learn to walk in the newness of life. You learn that this walk is a new walk. I'm not saying it's a perfect walk, but it's a new walk. And the more you stand to his word, the more you stay close to God's people and God's word, you will find that this walk is not always easy, but it's right. It's a right walk. But in our walk, in our travel, Satan has planted IEDs. And the trouble about that is you don't know where they are. I don't know where they are. I'm a firm believer. And like I said before, in order to have a good walk with the Lord, we must first have a good stand in the Lord. Listen to me. A good stand in the Lord depicts our salvation. I don't know where you are this morning, but if you're not born again, Jesus Christ came to die for your sin. And he came not just to paint a pretty picture of what heaven is like. He came to deliver us from going to hell. And he says, if you come into me, I'll give you salvation. I'll change your walk. He knows how you walk. Our walk is flipped before we come to Christ. God says, come just like that. I'll take it and I'll give you salvation. So that good stand in our salvation, while a good walk depicts our sanctification. Now that I'm saved, it's required of me to walk according to this book. It's required of me to live a life so that others may not have to guess whether or not I'm a Christian. Someone said if you were on trial for being a Christian, will there be enough evidence to convict you? We pick and choose how we're going to serve God, and that's a dangerous thing. Sad thing to say when we have Bible preaching in church. On midweek, there's only about 5 people here. I can't understand that. I know some people are working, some people are maybe busy, but not all the time. I had no problem with my walk before I got saved. You know where to find me at. On a Friday night, you can find me in the nearest nightclub doing my thing. And I'll be, if I'm going to give the devil more than I can give Jesus, I'm going to find my place in the place. You see, because all this is temporary. This is going to be gone. This is a nice thing, so thank God for it. But all this is temporary. One day, Jesus is going to come again. And everything that we did not do for the Lord, we're going to wish we had done. You've got breath in your body. God has blessed some of us. We've got freedom. We're in a country where we can worship God freely. And we pick and choose how we're going to serve him. He says, the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. Don't worry, God is going to lead you to the right place and the right person. I know that. How many of you believe that he will lead you to the right place and the right person? Yes, he will. You're sitting beside the right person in your life. I was just thinking this morning, man, my wife and I, we've been married going on 30 years. How did it happen? 30 years, the same woman, and she still lights my fire. I'm telling you, I don't understand how did it happen. If you let the Lord order your steps. I told you these IEDs, they are homemade makeshift bombs. They only appear to be something that they're not. But if you walk the wrong way, you'll find that the enemy wants to destroy you. Listen to me. The Word of God tells us that the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. But if the truth be told, listen to me, many of us give way, listen, to unordered steps. And unordered steps leads to a life of unwanted hurt, pain, and destruction. If your steps are unordered, you're setting yourself up for failure. And I know what I'm talking about. Listen to me. We must understand this. And this is the truth. You put this in your notes. If our steps are not ordered by the Lord, they may be orchestrated by the master of deceit. That is, if your steps are not ordered by the Lord, they may be orchestrated or arranged by the devil.
That's right.
Am I talking to anybody that knows something about walking with the Lord? He says, how many of you been walking with the Lord over 5 years now? Over 10 years? 20? Wow. How many of you just started walking with the Lord a year ago? Praise the Lord. Well, you know something about the walk. And what I'm going to give you today is really elementary, but something that you already know. Listen to me. If the Christian walk is that important, and it is, then why do so many of us fall prey when it comes to living right? Somebody please tell me. Why is it we fall prey when it comes to living right? Listen. Just as we are told how and where to walk, the devil has planted IEDs, improvised explosives device, along the roadside of the Christian life. John 10:10 says this, the thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. Therefore, it should behoove us to take notice of not only how we walk, but where we walk. I know this, you say, Pastor, ain't a lot of shout right there. But that's good. I know you're listening. Because the devil wants to destroy your walk. He wants to bring you down. But God forbids that we walk outside of his will. Our steps are either ordered by the Lord or orchestrated by the enemy. Why has Satan chosen the church to plant his deceptive devices? Why the church? Why not the world? Why not plant his IEDs out among the Hollywood people? Why is he picking on little old friendship? We ain't got that many people. No way. Why would you want to plant IEDs in our church? Well, I'll tell you why. Because getting at you is getting at God. If I can blow some things up, you see, I'm too afraid to do something that some of these people do, kamikazes and suicide bombers. That's not how I'm going to go out. I'm not going to walk into a place scrap. All in the name of religion, no. But see, we look at that, and when that happens, a lot of people lose their lives. Some people in church come scrapped, spiritually suicide bombers. And we walk in the midst of a good congregation, and we open our vests, and we'll scrap with malice, hatred, partiality, bitterness. And we just let it explode, and it gets on everybody that's in your proximity. Oh, there's a greater cause. Spirit of God told me it won't be a lot of shouting. I told you that Thursday night, I said, watch the devil, because I kind of gave him a preview of what we were going to preach about this morning. Spirit of God said, anybody going to say nothing? Because you ain't saying nothing. You hit them where it hurts, and the devil don't want you to know that your walk is in jeopardy. He wants to stop your walk. But he don't know when I finish this message. Not only am I going to walk, I'm going to dance. I like to dance up here. You know why? Because I know that my steps are ordered by the Lord. God has ordered these things, and he's placed them into your life, and he's telling us the way to go. And even when you're tempted, there's a way out that you can't escape. And even if you fall, there's a way back. If we confess our sins, the Bible says, he is faithful and just. Well, let me give you these points right quick so I can get out of the way. Satan has chosen the church to plant his deceptive devices. Let me give you 3 places that we travel as a people. 3 ways to walk. Number 1, this is very elementary. Like I said, it ain't nothing deep. But this is so true. Number one, we walk where? Y'all read it. What does it say? We walk where? Notice your preposition. Notice your prepositions now. We walk to is a preposition. We walk to the Lord. What does that mean? That's the great invitation. The Bible says in Matthew 11, it says, come, and it says, let me read it, Lord, flip my mind. Let me go back to, no, I can't remember that. I don't know why. I'm trying to front. I can remember all those verses. Let me get back up here. Look at Matthew chapter 11. I can't even remember the words to a song, and I'm going to quote this, but the devil's a lie. That's why I put it on the paper so y'all can read it when you get home. Matthew, what I say, chapter 11, you know what it says. Some of you know what it says. God bless you. I can probably quote it, but I don't want to mess it up, so I'm going to read it from the Bible. Y'all got time? Amen. The Bible says here in chapter 11, verse 28, come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and you shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is what? Easy, and my burden is light. But the first walk is we walk to the Lord. You remember when you got saved? You remember when you gave your heart to Jesus Christ? That didn't just happen. You had to come to him. You walked to him. And in walking to him, you got some things. Number one, why walk to him? Because he invites us to come. He says, come unto me, all ye that labor. That's all of us. Then not only that, but he indwells us when we come. Man, I tell you what, you got something inside of you now that you didn't have prior to you coming to Christ. You got what they call the Holy Spirit, the third person in the Trinity. He gave him to you the moment you took that faith, walked back towards him and said, Lord, I don't have much, but all I have is just me. Can you use me? God says, come all you that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. You've been tired long enough. I want to give you some rest. And you come with all of your baggage, all of your weight, all of your sin, you travel towards the Savior. And guess what? Jesus will never push you away. He will never talk about how you walk. He will never talk about your skin color, how you smell, how tall or short, wide or thin. He says, come just as you are. That's salvation. That's salvation. He invites us to come. He indwells us when we come. And I like the third one. He includes us when he comes again. Hallelujah. When the trumpet of the Lord shall sound. Because the first initial, I came to him, that he's going to come back for me. All because of my walk. That walk is so important. This is why the enemy plants IEDs even between your giving your life to Christ and stepping towards him by faith. This is why the Bible says there were four soils and one seed planted, and the only one that took root was the one that fell on good ground. Some fell by the wayside, some fell among thorny places, some were devoured by the fowls of the air. That's the IEDs of Satan, want to stop us before we make that initial contact with the Savior. So in all of this, you can't see them, but the detonations of these IEDs are exploding all over the church. Friendships are being blown apart. Relationships are being blown apart. Because we've given the enemy place in the house of God. And he shouldn't be here. Now don't y'all expect me to change my style of preaching. The more I hear things, the more I'm aroused to preach. I saw a billboard yesterday, Pride Fest. I ain't got nothing against what they do right here in the Tidewater area, but you have to put it in the face. Then they say, I'm proud of being who I am. But are your steps ordered by the Lord? You know what it means when it says Pride Fest. It's all the gays and the homosexuals that get together, and God loves them too. God loves them. But the order is off. There's no order. And you won't hear that preaching because people will lose their license for that. What you gonna take from a man don't have nothing nowhere? I don't have anything. All I have, you want to take my credentials? I got a degree on my wall. I got a license on my wall. Take all that stuff. I'm still gonna preach this book because when I stand before God, you're going to have to give an account for sitting under me. If you don't like the word of God, then you need to find me another place. where he's softened the gospel, where he has diluted the doctrine. Go on. You've got the right to go. But as for me in this house, we're going to serve the Lord. If it's but one, if it's 100, if it's 2 or 2,000, we're going to serve. We're going to preach his book. And we're not going to preach it in hatred and strife. We're going to preach it in love. Because that's what gets the job done. Compassion makes the difference. So when he comes again, he includes us all because of our walk to him. The initial walk was the walk of salvation. Lord, here I am. Can you use a sinner like me? God, can you save a sinner like me? Jesus said, this is why I came. This is why I died. Come, all ye who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you. You ever had anybody give you something with no strings attached? Just give you something. He says, I'll give you rest. Man, I much rather rest sometimes than eat. Sometimes, you ever been so tired when you try to eat and you sleeping, you choke yourself. Look, I've almost choked myself to death sitting in the bed eating peanuts at night. I love some peanuts. And had no business eating while you sleep. Do I have any people that try to eat in the bed and fall asleep while you're eating besides me? That's all right. It's confession time. Don't try it. Do not try this at home. And that's one of my favorite pastimes. My wife can tell you I love peanuts. When I sit there, I love to go to Texas, go off just to sit by the peanut barrel and just eat the peanuts. I might not even order a meal, just eat the peanuts and say, well, I don't want nothing, no, I'm full on peanuts and hot rolls. But I'm serious, you look, a good rest. Some of us need a good rest. You've been beat by the people on your job and in your home. Even in your family, you've been beat. Jesus said, I will give you rest. That's the initial invitation. You walk to him. And even in your walk, there are IEDs. My second point is this. Not only do we walk to the Lord, notice the preposition. We walk where? In the Lord. Now that you walk to him, now you can walk in him. Didn't have that at first. We were walking around Jesus before we got saved. Matter of fact, we were so quote-unquote religious, we would turn our music down when we go past the church. Am I by myself? You were under so much conviction, you would cut your music one nation under the level. Oh, look. Getting down with you know what I mean? I know how I used to be before I got saved. When I was a teenager, I didn't even want to disturb the church with my music on Sunday because I didn't always come to church on Sundays. But now that I'm in Christ, my walk has changed. Amen. And because we are in the Lord, we should be learning. Can I get a witness? Yes. All of us should be learning. Take my yoke upon you and what? Learn of me. If you're going to learn anything about Jesus, you'll know one thing, that he's compassionate. Yes. He's forgiving. Can I get a witness? Yes. He's loving. Yes. He is not prejudiced. He tears the walls down of racial prejudice. He's the kind of God that can walk into a room and demand respect because he speaks with one that has authority and not as the scribes and Pharisees. Not this rubbish, but he speaks what he knows and he knows what he's speaking. So we learn of him and we see that because if he can endure the cross, if he can suffer the shame, then so can we. We learn about him. And guess what? The more we learn about him, the more we learn about ourselves. Can I get a witness? Yeah. The more I see how holy he is in his word, the more I see how hell-bound I should be. God, who is rich and merciful, Allah saves me. So it's a learnness, a pattern that and the Bible says to be injectional. Like just talks about in James chapter 2, what two men were coming into clothing. Simply, one comes, the other one comes, they clothes not dressed well. The other looks in that's so when the diamond in the one and the good $100 is wearing we can bring the best seat. But the one that the best quality and not like make he should dress. We put it in the footstool. We dress. Jesus said, he says, I came to heal those that are sick. I came to bind the broken hearted. Any man, black, white, yellow, red, coming to me. And we learned that. And once I learned this, I began to grow. I began to grow. I'm not the same cantankerous person I used to be. I'm finding myself being, the layers being pulled off of me, things that I had thought that I was militant in, I was just messed up. And it's not about us being ashamed of who we are. All of us are the same. We bleed the same God. The exterior may look different, but the inside is all the same. And I learned that you grow to that. You got to teach a person how to hate. We're born, we don't know who's lying beside us in that nursery. Every baby born, I don't care what color they are, they just have a little time until you teach them how to hate. See, you grow. And then once you grow, you show something. God puts you on display because you're that good person and your steps have been ordered by the Lord and you're walking in Him. And because you're walking in Him, people are watching how you walk. So this is what I mean by showing you on display. Your testimony has been watched. You know what? I try with all my heart to be fair with people. But some people will take advantage of your goodness. Can I get a witness? Some people will take advantage of your kindness. About 2 weeks ago, my wife and I and grandkids, we had Cracker Barrel. Rest of us we were coming out with the grandson, we just we were coming here, and I had my son, daughter, for the car, carrying her. And then I had the grand walks up, walking to us, and said, this gentleman walked up to us. Excuse me, sir. He says, I'm not homeless. I mean, he's saying we're homeless. I'm not as a worker, and I look, he said, I'm in a job here, he's license. He had to hit my life, you know, I'm walking up and I tell him he's 18. I said, my car, I just home, $18, cab, and it's just to get some, and I'm looking pretty day, pretty good. Shining, if I had a couple, and I felt in my pocket. I said, well, no family, a couple hours in the car, put my first up. And what I want to do, get kids up. Because you don't know, put my people in the person, I'm walking. And I said, let me know, so you know kids up. I'm only walking. The whole time reason, but I feel that but for some grandkids, they have kids in, I think the gospel try to put tracks in you. I have 18, like one of them. I have gay. And I said, that's what he says, I said, sir, he says, oh, let me give you some. I'll take my 18 too and get water, get the other. I said, well, that's fine. I said, here's something for you. I believe I'm a gospel. I felt really good. I said, Lord, you know, I know who he is. Felt good. I said, I don't know. For us, my wife and I, let's try. We're about, we just walked out of big boss department. I said, no, that can't be. My wife said, that's the man. I said, that's that. You know? He had the same water, the same business, talking to another lady, and she looked as though she was afraid. And I sat in my car and said, that can't be him. But she got away, and he walked. So I said, you know what? I'm going to have a word with him. I think he may have noticed me. And when she saw me, he went like this. She said, like he had got something to walk. So I waited. I said, you don't leave me alone. When he came back, another gentleman came out of the restaurant. He went to him. My wife said, hey, she put her camera on. And she started video. And I walked up while he was talking to the gentleman, same story. I walked up to him. I guess he thought he had an audience because he was looking at me. Now, I said, you know what? You need to cut that mess out. Lambert's Point came out a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit. I was still your pastor, but I was angry. I said, you need to cut that mess out. And his voice, what do you mean? I said, you're the same man that I trusted, and I gave you $20 of my money that I needed. I said, but you said you needed, you had money. He said, I was the one that had 2 grandkids. Oh yeah, I remember you. I said, yeah, I know you do. I said, you need to cut this off, brother. I said, that's wrong. That's wrong. Well, I was only trying to give away money. I said, you're not trying to give away money. I said, you're wrong. And the spirit, not the spirit, the flesh said, drop him right now. Drop him right now. The Spirit of God says, you are walking in the Lord. He don't know any better. The young man that he was talking to, he said, thanks, man, I appreciate it. We high-fived and I walked off. I saw the guy on his phone. I think he said, come get me. It didn't work. Come pick me up. You know where I am. If I see him again, I'm going to call along. And why did I tell you that story? If he had caught me before I walked to Jesus.
All right now.
Some of you the same way. You see, you gotta say, you learn. We grow. And then we show. I was right. I said, you're wrong. And I told him, I didn't ask for my money back. I said, you're wrong. IEDs. Explosive devices. And my last point is this. Not only do we walk to the Lord, we walk in the Lord. This is futuristic. We will walk how? With the Lord. You say, well, I'm walking with him right now. Not that walk. Look at Revelation. We're going to close. Revelation 21. Man, I love this. Hopefully you will notice how important your walk is, and you will watch your steps, because they are ordered by the Lord. Look at Revelation 21, verses 3 through 5. We're going to close. And the Bible says in Revelation 21, verse 3, and I heard a great voice out of heaven say, behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them. Notice the with, and be their God. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. And there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain. Why? For the former things are passed away. And the Bible says in verse 5, and he that sat upon the throne said, behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, write, for these words are what? True and faithful. Listen to me. One of these days we will reside in a new place. That place you live right now, nice, ain't it? 2-car garage, microwave oven, flat screen TV, and air room. Some of you even got a man cave and all these things. All that stuff is going to be left behind with Jesus now. We've got a new place. And why? Because we will become a new people. All things will pass away. And one day we will dwell in the beauty of new things. Everything new. Price tag still on it. Plastic still on it. New. We will walk with him someday. We're going to to see him face to face. The Bible says, every eye shall see him. Every tongue shall confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. To the glory of God. We're going to see him in all of his beauty, in all of his holiness, in all of his righteousness. His coming is going to be brighter than the noonday sun. When Jesus cracked the clouds, and when he calls the dead in Christ shall rise first, then we which are alive and remain, we are still walking in the Lord. Our walk is going to be transformed into a heavenly walk. No more bills and getting up on Monday mornings, shoulder ache, wearing eyeglasses, bad knees, back, hip, all of those things are things of the past. We're going to get a new life, hallelujah, a new place, a new direction, all because we trusted in God in this life, this life. Man, I'm so excited that one of these days we're going to walk with the Lord. The first 1,000 years, we're going to just ask Jesus, how come you're so pretty? Lord, we just want to just look at you for the first 10,000 years, just to adore you, and look at the angels and look at the creation. Eons and eons of years, we're going to be traveling the galaxies and the Orion and the cosmos, looking at God's creation. We're going to say, wow! I didn't know it was like this. You ready to go? I'm telling you the truth. This world is not our home. We're just passing through. Our treasures are laid up somewhere beyond the blue. The Bible, the song says, the angels beckon me from heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. If you love the Lord, and if you walk in this walk, like Psalm 37:23 says, the steps of a good man, not a bad man, not a wicked man, but a good man, a good woman. Your steps are ordered by the Lord, or they are orchestrated by the devil. You got a choice. Don't say the devil made me do it. Say, Lord, I was weak, but in you I'm strong. All of us we fall. Can I get a witness? All of us fall. On a regular we fall. Put your measuring tapes up. Because the person will measure up to your righteousness. The Bible says, except your righteousness exceeds the righteousness of the scribes and the Pharisees, you don't have nothing. I'm glad you got a home in heaven. Yeah, I get to shake a leg. Now, I told you that I already don't walk, now I'm a dance now. Y'all ready for the dance? Here we go. If I do that while we end it, you remember that the pastor walked across the front and I was dancing in my heart. Watch those people who come with the face of an ally but harbors the heart of the adversary. Watch them. There's some IEDs that you and I need to go with. Don't let anybody blow up your friendship, your relationship. They plant these things strategically in places that you don't even give thought to. And before you know it, you step on a detonator and it goes off. And you don't know what happened. Man, what's wrong with my family? What's wrong with my kids? What's wrong with the devil of planting IEDs in your home? But you get on the right side. God says, I will never lead you to a place that's going to hurt you. Where he leads, he feeds. Where he guides, he provides. Every head bowed, every eye closed.